And hello future champions, we're here today with Gabriele Rossi and he's going to show you his first game from the Prague chess tournament. Now, before we show you the game, Gabriele is going to tell you a few things about the tournament itself.
The tournament is 90 minutes plus 30-second move for the first 40 moves, and 30 minutes plus after the fourth move. And it was 9 rounds. In the first one, I was paired against an Indian. I was pretty scared because he was Indian. Indians are usually very, very strong to face. In fact, just before the game, I had time to search in Google, and I found him on CHESSBOARD India, because when he was 1200 ELO, he beat 2100. So I was pretty scared before the game, but after the game, I was sincerely thinking I should not be scared. I mean, it was 1700, normal 1700, and it was okay to face him. So,
right, let's get into it then.
Okay, he came, I was beat to black pieces. He played e4, just in the game I saw on CHESSBOARD India. C5, I played Sicilian. I always play the Philidor, Caracan sometimes. I want to play Sicilian because I think it's the opening where you can show your strengthness the most, where a weaker opponent cannot force, like a draw cannot force anything, and you have free will to do anything you want.
Of course.
There's no very forced, I can play whatever. I was thinking about he playing Rossolimo. Indians always play the Rossolimo, not always, but usually plays the Rossolimo.
I think,
and open. Knight 3.
What it is.
Bishop b5. I have some attacking lines, which I close the center with e5 and just attack with f6, g5 are pretty strong. I have 4 out of 4 with those lines, so I should be okay. I was pretty happy with that. Also, no, open Sicilian, I was expecting, but I did not play that. He played this b4 move. It's a variation of the wing gambit, close to the Mangarini actually, with a3. And one who got on chess recommends here with a3. Pretty interesting lines. I just want to show that. C4, A4, knight b4, c3, knight c6, and d4. It was pretty similar to the game. We can show that. In fact, he played b4. I think for a bit. I want to play today take with the knight. Because after c3, knight c6, and d4, I played d5. And I just thought this is best version of the Mangarini. Because in Mangarini we got this position with d4, d5, e5, queen d5. The only difference is that I do not have a pawn on c5, he does not have a pawn on a2. I mean, he also has knight on f3, but I think the pawn on c5 matters the most. In this position, I know that, after knight 3, you can play bishop f5 is a decent move. Also, you can play maybe a6. So in this position, I make a comparison, and I just thought bishop b5 should be okay after knight 3, because the lines with a6 are more interesting than in Mangarini, because knight b5 could not come, because if you see that in the Mangarini before here, if I play a6, he can still play knight b5 because the rook is spinning mine, so he should be okay. But in this position, after knight 3, if I play a6, maybe just knight c4 just takes the b6 square, and just too much. I didn't want it. I mean, I thought bishop g4 should be nice, but bishop a5, I'm so sure it works in other variations, so I'm playing that. I don't know this gambit. I just don't want to fall into stupid traps, and who wins the best, but not with an opening stage, so I didn't want it. After bishop a5, I play bishop c4, the most logical move. Queen e4 check, bishop e3, and I just thought after e6 I should be fine. I also thought it was pretty okay. Castles. He played castles. We really thought that was the mistake of the game. After we analyzed it a bit, and we thought this is the mistake because of c takes d4, which is a good move. It's okay. I'm attacking the bishop, I'm taking a pawn, and also attacking the knight with the bishop on f8. So there are a lot of threats. It's not really complicated to do anything. He played knight b5, which I was expecting, but it's an error, a mistake. We're gonna see why in a moment. Knight g5 was a very strong move, because after queen e5, have to move the queen away. He just played queen b3, attacking the pawn on b7. I just play rook b8, defending it, and after maybe he takes d5, just queen a5, and d5 is very strong, opening up the king, and just completely worse. I mean, I know there's knight and king here, but too much threats. I open the king, So many
in
problems.
The center,
Yeah,
behind
so
the
many problems.
development
I can't do
is,
this. It's impossible.
it is what it is, my friend. Remember to develop your pieces in your games. Don't try this at home.
Definitely, he's right. So knight g5 was the move. It was the only move to
Yeah,
save
yes,
that.
yes.
Because he obviously
Bravo,
can
yeah,
take the
bravo.
pawn. He obviously can take the pawn. Because I just have bishop a3.
Free knight.
Yeah, free knight.
More or less.
More or less free because of queen b3, which is attacking both the pawn on b7 and bishop a3.
Should be fine somehow.
Somehow it should be fine. When just bishop b7, I take the bishop back, I should be fine. Because the knight is protected by the queen, and after here, bishop b7, if he takes that, I can just play
Here
for
the
rook
computer
b8,
says it's even
and it's
equal.
okay.
After knight d2, crazy.
Yeah,
Like compensation,
yeah, but it's not human. Let's not forget it. It's not human to hang a knight in one move. So knight g5 was the move, but to play knight b5, fortunately, I was really expecting that, and I evaluated this is completely winning for me after the takes c3, because knight e7, if I play king e7, all the move. If he takes the rook, I just take I don't take enough two, we check, because that's a tempo. A take is a tempo. You always have to remember that. Don't take a pawn if not necessary. A tempo is more necessary in this position. It's much more important. Why? Because after queen takes c4, this pawn is in fact weak. I can just play for a knight f6, trying to play knight d5, and I'm completely okay. The knight is trapped, and I have more pieces. I just take the king to safety, and it's okay. Just rook to safety, I'm completely winning.
Three pieces. For
Yeah, absolutely. I have too much advantage. He also thought that he indeed play knight c7, but with the idea after king e7 to just play queen b3, attacking the pawn on b7, freeing the rook connection of the rook. So in this position I play rook b8, the most natural move I would say, because I defend the pawn on b7 and the rook is not hanging anymore, so it should be fine. He played rook f1. This move I thought it was pretty bad, because after e takes f2, he can play with, he can take it, because I have queen c2, changing the queen. So I'm nice after that, because I have a piece more. I'm a piece up. I have +5 on material, so it's completely winning. So you could play king h1, but there was a lot of threats like this. The knight cannot move. I have bishop h3, bishop g4 sometimes. It was really complicated, so he decided to play king f1, but actually it was much worse. The reason is that after he moves the bishop, or even of d3, here bishop d3, I can just take it sometimes, because I have too much material more. It's just okay with me, for me. I play king f6. I really like this move, even the engine does not like it particularly. I mean, it's not a mistake at all, but it's not the best move. In this position, bishop d3 was possible. I can just take it. I'm completely winning. I mean, I have two bishops and a rook, and two pawns for the queen, so it's totally fine. I'm gonna have to king that. It looks like I have a problem on the development.
Knight is out of the game
yeah,
as well.
yeah, absolutely. You're right. Bishop c5 check, come in the game, king e1, I can just develop the pieces, and I'm totally winning in this position, so I will play that. But he played here in this position, rook d7, trying to do something on f7, thinking about knight g5, but after knight e5, his queen was also hanging, so he could not play that. In all the variation where he played rook to f6, f7 check, which he indeed played, after take it, there's no knight g5. I mean, I just have to be careful not to play king f6, because this is with check. But just king g6. If it takes, I just take it queen. I'm totally winning, because I have too much material. He played for bishop takes c6. I just took that, and he resigns, because the queen is hanging. I have too much material, plus 12 material. It's ridiculous. So the last game.
Good game, I would say.
Very precise, just start. I had a problem here, sorry, in the opening stage, because I really I've not seen knight g5 here. I was really big trouble if so that. What do you think about the game?
I think it was quite a good game. You managed to bring him out of his prepped line, so then you managed to win, sort of. The problem is when you end up in these opening lines which are prepped. If you go bishop g4 instead of bishop f5, which is the main move, then your opponent moves instantly, makes 10 moves.
Yeah, it's really
and it's annoying
awful
to play
face
against stockfish.
I mean,
like this, you take a risk, but if he's not a genius, it pays off. I think it was and also good practical decisions towards the end. You're giving up the queen if necessary, just simplifying and winning.
Yeah, just for the last game. I mean, his style was very strange. I mean, his style was like to bomb the position, sacrifice everything was possible to sacrifice, and just hope there's something. But there was nothing because the king was indeed not safe, but too much material. Plus 12, plus 5, it's ridiculous material. You can just sacrifice everything you want. And he said to me that he underestimated FTX. He did take C3. Because he thought maybe rook c8, but in this position, he's fine after rook c8. He just take knight c3, d5, and he's have a lot of compensation for the player.
Very tough.
Absolutely. I mean, this was the most practical. You should not be scared to play like king e7. There's no problem. The king f6 is totally fun. I have too much material. I just took bishop. I'm okay with that. Okay, that was my first game. How did you when your game went?
My game, of course, yes. We had. I was playing against a German guy, Vancouver. I had an Armenian opponent, Armenian 1700, not easy opponent. I was quite solid, and we'll see how it turned out.
Yeah, we're just making the video for him. On this channel, a collaboration within CHESSBOARD and so much as.
Happy to be with you.
See you in the next game.
Yes.